Hello everyone, welcome to Skills Build Training YouTube channel. My name is Kamran and this channel is all about to show you how to become an IT pro really fast. In this video, we are going to discuss that how to create a virtual machine in Azure. So without any further ado, let's get started. Now let's move on to the demo that how we can create the virtual machine in Microsoft Azure. It is so simple, you have to follow these steps one by one. First of all, you have to open up your browser and you have to visit portal.azure.com. If you have not signed up previously, then you will get a sign up form. So you have to enter your information into that sign up form and then you have to click on the sign up button. After that, a window will appear where you have to enter your debit card or credit card information. So initially it will only authenticate your card, but it will not detect any money. But if you use the services, then the money will be deducted from your account. So once you have performed the sign up, then you have to log in into the Azure portal. And after that, you will see a dashboard screen like this. So here you can see that these are the multiple services that are offered by the Microsoft Azure. So for example, we have the Quick Start Center, app services, storage accounts, and the virtual machine. In order to create a virtual machine, you simply have to click here. You simply have to click on add. And now you have to select virtual machine. A virtual machine have multiple components that we will discuss while creating a virtual machine. So first of all, you have to choose the subscription. The Azure subscription one is by default in my case. After that, you have to choose a resource group. And if you want to see that what is a resource group, it is a collection of resources that share the same life cycle permissions and policies. So previously I have some resource groups, but if you want to create a new one, then you have to click on create new, then you have to enter the name of your resource group and you have to select it. So I'm going to select the existing one, and after that you have to enter the detail of your virtual machine, like the name of your virtual machine. So I'm going to write here demo VM 10. Next, you have to select the region. There are multiple regions available and you have to select any of the region according to your preference. And here we have got the availability options like availability zone, availability set. So you have to select the availability option as well if you want to. Next is image, and in the images, we have to choose the base operating system or application for the virtual machine. So multiple images are available here, like we have the Windows Server 2012 R2 data center, we have the Ubuntu Server 20.04 LTS, and similarly we have the 18.04 LTS, and you can scroll down and you can see that multiple images are available here. To see all the images, you have to click here, see all images, and it will show all the available images to you. Alright, so these are all the available images. Alright, so I have to enter my virtual machine name again. So demo VM10, and now we have to select the image. So I have selected the Windows Server 2012 R2 data center, and this is the size, like this is the price per month that you have to pay for using this virtual machine. And after that, you have to create an administrator account. For that, you have to enter your username, then you have to enter the password, and lastly you have to confirm your password here. So let me just enter my password here to confirm it. Now you have to select the inbound ports. So I have selected RDP 3389, but you can also select HTTP, HTTPS, and SSH according to your preference. Now you have to click on disk. The Azure virtual machines have the one operating system disk, and it is a temporary disk for short-term storage, like we have the hard disk for our laptop or computer. So similarly, we have to create a virtual disk for the virtual machine as well. So here you have to select the OS disk type. We have got multiple options here like premium SSD, standard SSD, and standard HDD. So I'm going to select standard HDD. Then you have to select the encryption type and you have to click on next. Alright, so now you have to configure your network interface because it is one of the essential component of your virtual machine. So I'm not going to change anything here. I'm going to use the default options, and if you want to perform the load balancing or something like that, then you have to click on this checkbox and you have to do the settings of the load balancer. But in my case, I do not want this feature of the load balancing. So simply click on next. This is the management component. This is the boot diagnostics, and it is enabled with managed storage account, and it is the recommended one. So simply you have to click on next. And if you want to enable the auto shutdown, you can enable the auto shutdown by clicking here. And you can set the shutdown time, time zone, and your email address as well. And after that, click on next, and here you can find the multiple extensions that you can install. And this is the VM generation. The Gen 1 is selected by default, and then you have to click on next. Now you can create the tags for your virtual machine. Tags are name value pairs that enable you to categorize resources and view consolidated billing. So for example, I'm going to select here admin, and this is also admin, and resources, I'm going to select all the resources for this tag. So you can create as many tags as you want. After that, you have to click on next, and we are here in the review plus create. This is the review of my virtual machine that I'm going to create, and the retail price is $0.188 per hour. So I will be charged according to this price. And now these are the specifications of my virtual machines that I'm going to create. So once you have go through it, then you have to simply click on create, and it will create a virtual machine for you. Alright, so the virtual machine is created successfully, and now the deployment is in progress. Alright, so here you can see that the deployment is complete. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to my home page again. So simply click here and go to the virtual machines and select this virtual machine here. So now it will show all the details of this virtual machine here. This is the public IP address of this virtual machine, and it is started by default as I have clicked on the virtual machine. So if you want to stop it, or you want to restart it, or you want to refresh it or delete it, you can see this panel here with the multiple options. You can select any option and perform your action. So simply I'm going to select the public IP address, because through this address I will be able to access this virtual machine. Once you have copied your public IP address, as I am using the Windows 10 for this demonstration, so open up your Windows Application Manager and search here for remote desktop connection. So here you have to enter the public IP address that you have copied. So when you will click on connect, it will connect to your virtual machine. But you can find some errors while connecting to your virtual machine, because if the firewall is active, then it will show that you cannot connect to your virtual machine. So you have to configure it a little bit before connecting to your virtual machine. So let me just show you how you have to perform the initial configuration. Like for example, you have to go to the Windows Defender setting, and after that you have to select the firewall option here, and you have to disable the firewall for some time period, and then you can activate it again when you are done with your virtual machine. Alright, so after pasting your IP address here, simply click on connect. It is now connecting to my virtual machine. So from here you can choose multiple accounts. While creating the virtual machine, I created an root admin account. So I have to write the username here, then I have to enter the password in the given field, and now click on OK. The identity of the remote computer cannot be verified. So if you want to connect anyway, then you have to click on yes. So you will see this type of message. It is basically a security alert on your computer. So now click on yes, and it is configuring the remote session here. So now you can see that we have accessed our virtual machine here. It is getting started. As you will open up your virtual machine, you will see a server manager dashboard. But if you do not find it, or it does not pop up, then you simply have to click here and the server manager dashboard will be opened. So now you can configure your local server. In order to add roles and features, you have to simply click here, and this is the welcome screen, or this is the steps that you should do before you begin. You can read the detail from this window. After that, you have to click on next, and now it is selected by default role based or feature based installation, or you can select remote desktop services installation. It depends upon your choice. And after that, you have to click on next. This is the server pool. You have to select it and then click on next. Select one or more roles to install on the selected server. So for example, I'm going to select here web server, and now click on add feature and click on next. Similarly, you have to click on next, and this is the confirmation screen. Now in order to install the web server IIS, you have to click on install. Alright, the installation is finished. Now click on close and your virtual machine is ready for use. So let me just give you a tour of this virtual machine. This is look like your Windows as well. Here we have the application menu. You can select your browser as well. You can select the control panel. This is your directory, and you can see that we have got Windows C and the temporary directory. So this is how you can create a virtual machine in Microsoft Azure. So if I open up the Internet Explorer browser, so simply you have to click on it. In the search box, write here localhost, and these are the multiple things that you can access from your Internet Explorer browser. But simply if I go to my web browser and I write the public IP address that I have got, so you will see that nothing will happen. So this is a new tab. I have written here my public IP address and it will show nothing. But you can access the content of your Microsoft Explorer browser on any other machine and on any other browser. So for that, what you have to do, you have to go to your virtual machine, and here you can see that we have the networking option. So simply click on it, and now you have to add inbound port rule. Source could be any, destination could be any, and the destination port range is 80, and you can use any specific protocol or any protocol for accessing it. And here you also have to change the port to the port number 80. Alright, so now you simply have to click on add, and if I go back here and I refresh it, you will see that the browser content will be accessed here. So here you can see that the content that we accessed on the Internet Explorer browser or virtual machine is also accessed here. So you simply have to open up your browser, then you have to enter your public IP address and you will access it. So this is how you can create a virtual machine in Microsoft Azure. There could be many situations that you need to create this virtual machine. So for example, if you have to run a software or any application that requires a 16 gigabytes of RAM, but in your laptop or computer you only have the 8 gigabytes, and you can assign the 16 gigabytes RAM to that particular virtual machine and you can run your software or application on that virtual machine. I hope you caught my point, and that's it for this video. If you really like this video, then give it a thumbs up, and if you are not subscribed to our channel, then please do so by clicking on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. If you have any feedback to share, then let us know about your feedback in the comment section. Thank you so much and see you in the next video.